Hi. I just want to say thank you so much for all the congratulations and everything. It really made my day. Thank you guys so much. I actually do read the comments and things like that. Um, Thank you again so much from Hope and I. So I'm gonna get into some like culture stuff and like culture shock stuff for me. That's kind of been a shocking for me after having a baby here in Tanzania. And a big part to do with this, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. A big part to do with this could just be my husband. It could be the Chaga tribe. It could be all of Tanzania. I have no idea if these things go for the Maasai people as well or the Maasai tribe or anything. Like, I have no idea. But my husband is Chaga tribe, okay, from Moshi, um, here in Tanzania, and this is how they roll, okay, which has been completely different for me. So, as you guys already know, I have another daughter, and part of her life, you know, I was raising her in America, and the life there and the life here is completely different. And I noticed the biggest difference is after you have a child. There is a huge difference, guys. And basically, like after I had my daughter, I pretty much was on my own. After they release you from the hospital, my first daughter, right? Because I have two now. After they release you from the hospital in New York, that's it. Like you're on your own. You have to figure it out. You have to like make ways, like whatever. So the difference between having a baby here and again, you know, being married to my husband and him being Chaga tribe and his whole family and stuff, the first thing that I is the biggest culture shock for me is I'm not allowed to leave the house for a minimum of 3 months. My husband and I have been going back and forth because he wants me to stay in the house for 6 months. But guys, I think I would go crazy by 6 months. But minimum 3 months, okay? And that has been, and it's so funny because my mom, she got her hair done, and I got my hair done too, guys. But again, I can't leave the house, so we had to have my usual hairdresser come here. And for her, she has locks, so she had to get a different person, a lock like a lock specialist. Anyways, the moral of the story is, we were talking about my mom and I were talking about the big cultural difference at the fact that like I can't leave the house because she wish I could leave the house, so you know we could just go to a restaurant or something like that. And the guy that was doing her hair overheard our conversation, like the stylist that was doing her hair overheard our conversation. He said, "You just had a baby?" And I said, "Yes." And again, guys, he's doing my mom's hair outside, so it's not like he's in the house with the baby. So he had no idea that like I had a baby. Um, and he was like, "How old is she?" And I was like, "Well, she's 2 weeks." And he was like, "Oh no, you cannot leave the house. It is like illegal if you leave the house." And I was like, "What do you mean illegal?" He was like, "You just had a baby." He's like, "You're not allowed to leave the house." I was like, "What do you mean you're not allowed to leave the house?" Like, and guys, when I say he was serious, like he gave me the look like Hope gives me the look. Like every time I try to ask her, I'm like, "Babe, you know my mom is here. Maybe we could just go to the cafe real quick and get some food." My husband looks at me as like, "Absolutely not." Like, and it's just the culture, you know. And but he was like, "No, you're not. Women who have kids, the baby is so young. You have to stay at home. You just it's like frowned upon." I actually didn't ask him what tribe he was. I should have asked him what tribe he was, because then I would have known maybe this is just like a Chaga tribe thing, or maybe it's like throughout. I don't know, guys. Leave a comment and let me know. Like, is is this like all of Tanzanians or all of like Africans, or I don't know, but he like the way he looked at me was like, no, like he was serious. He was like, "No, no, no." He's like, you're not allowed to leave the house before 6 months. It's like illegal." And I was like, "What do you mean you're not allowed to leave the house before 6 months?" He's like, "No," like he was serious. So another thing that I've noticed is the care. Okay, so my mom-in-law, is here every day. And normally, what will happen is your mother-in-law or your sister-in-law, whatever, will come live with you. However, my mother-in-law doesn't actually live with us because, if you guys don't know, Hope has a 13-year-old brother, so he's still in school, so she still has to go home and take care of him. But even so, she's here she's here every day, um, from about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning until, about 7, 8 o'clock at night every single day. And from what my husband has explained to me and my experience with her for the past few weeks has been pretty much she does everything, which is so weird for me personally because I don't know, guys. Like, I feel good. I want to be able to get up and go and do my thing and clean and stuff like that. Like, I remember like just 2 days after I gave birth, um, I had a mosquito bite, so I went to go cut some aloe vera so I could put it on my mosquito bite, and she was like, no, no, no. Like, I will go cut it. I will clean it up. I will do everything. Like, you can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. And sometimes, like, even my husband had to have a conversation with me, a serious conversation with me, saying that, like, I'm possibly offending her. Like, I'm, like, offending her. And I was like, I'm not trying to offend your mom. Like, I'm not trying to offend her. It's just I'm not used to the culture of, like, no, you stay in bed, you take care of the baby, and I will do everything. Guys, when I say she does everything, guys, she does the dishes, she washes the clothes. Guys, okay, this may be a little too much information, but she massages my areas, okay? I'll just put it that way. She massages my areas to make sure all of my milk is coming down. She does everything for me, guys. Like, when I say she does everything for me, and I am so grateful for her, but it's taking some adjustment for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely taking some adjustment for me. She makes sure that I get sleep. She's like, no, you have to sleep. It is important for your milk production for you to sleep so that way the baby can eat good food. Guys, like, formula is just not an option in this culture. Like, and my husband told me that before I even got pregnant. Like, he was very like, we don't do formula here. Like, we only do breast milk. So I felt a lot of pressure. I'm not gonna lie. I felt a lot of pressure. Like, oh my God, like, if I don't breastfeed, like, my my husband's whole family is gonna, like, kill me and judge me and stuff. And I was just like, this is guys, it's a different culture. Just be aware, like, if marry into a Tanzanian family, and maybe not all families is like this, but what I will say is, like, after my daughter was born, my mother-in-law, she was here, like, within the hour of her being born afterwards, and she just started, like, helping me breastfeed, and, like not breastfeeding was just not an option. Like, she was like, we're gonna make sure that you are doing it, and this is happening. Guys, for the first, like, I would say 5 nights, she spent the night every single night, and she was up all types of hours, helping me breastfeed, helping me getting her to latch, helping me do all of this stuff. And she was, continuously, even now, continuously massaging me and making sure that I'm getting my milk down. I don't know, for my Tanzanians or maybe other culture, whatever, I'm eating mtori, okay? Mtori is like, it's a I don't know if it's considered a soup. I don't want to disrespect any Tanzanians. I don't know if it's considered a soup, but it's something that I drink to make sure to give me a lot of milk, guys. Like, I swear, my mother-in-law is trying to get me fat. Like, I'm convinced. And, like, my husband told me, he's like, yeah, when you eat mtori, you tend to get, like, women tend to get, like, poop. They tend to get chunky because, but it helps your milk. Like, it really does. Like, guys, when I started drinking mtori, my milk production went sky high, like, sky high. So, but she is, like, I love my mother-in-law. I'm gonna see if I can get her a video to make mtori on camera. I think she completely would. But it's different, guys. It's very different, and a lot of women, especially even for myself, guys, I was, like, in the supermarket when I had my first daughter after just, like, 3 weeks because I needed food shopping. I needed to go food shopping. We had to eat, right? So to be able to have, like, today she went to the market and she got all the food that we needed and stuff like that. And I remember just like, I remember being in the supermarket and getting like frustrated at the fact that I had a newborn in the supermarket and all of the germs, and this was before COVID time, like all of the germs and everything. I was like at the supermarket shopping. But here, if I even think about going to the supermarket, my husband, his mama, his sister, everybody looks at me like, no, you are not. We are completely going to take care of you. We're going to take care of your baby. And not just that. If you have older kids, they take care of your older kids as well. The point is so you can be as less stressed as possible. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't want me to be stressed at all. She wants to completely, she wants everything, because she says, like, when you're stressed, your milk is stressed, and then that goes off to the baby. And granted, this is my mother-in-law's first grandbaby, and she is like, guys, when I tell you that my baby is like being completely spoiled, like, my mother-in-law is like completely in love with her. Um, yeah, so they take care of your older kids. Um, just, and like I said, sometimes it feels a little weird because I kind of feel like, like, it's in my nature as a person who grew up in America to be like, no, 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 it's okay. I can mop the floor. I can sweep the floor. I can do the dishes. Like, it's fine. Like, so I was thinking sometimes you kind of feel like a handicap. And I have a mosquito bite. Um, and it's just not like that. And from what I understand about the culture is that it's generations. That's just how it happens. You know what I'm saying? Hi, mommy. Trying to keep her asleep so I can talk to y'all. um, that's just how it happens. So, like, no one looks at it's so amazing the way it works. No one looks at it like, oh, this is a job, this is work, this is this. Because how it happens is like her mother did it for her, and then her grandmother did it for her mother, and it just happens generations and generations. So, like, when a woman becomes a new mom, when she has a new baby, it's without a thought to take care of her. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that that's a big cultural difference, because I feel like in America we tend to think a lot about the baby. How's the baby? How's everything going with the baby? The baby, da da da. And no one really cares about the mother. Am I the only one who feels that way? But, I didn't get a lot of people ask me how I was when I gave birth to my first daughter. Like, no one really cared about me. Like, everyone was just like obsessed with the baby. And versus out here it's like, no, we have to take care of you. You need to heal. You need to be okay and stuff like that. Because if you're not okay, then your baby is not okay. You need to get rest. I mean, to be very honest, all right, guys. So my daughter is officially three weeks today. I still have yet to experience postpartum yet. Like, I'm not gonna, guys, I'm being 100% honest with you guys. Every day I've been happy, I've been joyful, I've been not stressed. I have not, like, I haven't, all the postpartum things that I went through with my first daughter, I just have not gone through it. And I told you guys, my husband and I have gotten into an argument, well, not an argument, but a discussion. You guys, I posted another video about this a while ago, about he was saying African women don't go through postpartum. And the reason why is because they get so much support and so much help, that the reason why a lot of women go through postpartum in America is because they have no support. And I completely rejected that. I was like, no, that's not true. That's not how it works. But guys, I literally just had a baby, and I have yet still to experience postpartum yet with her. And I think a big part to do with it is all of the support. When you have support, guys, it makes such a difference. And guys, I'm really embracing this part of the culture. Like, I really am. Like I said, at first it was kind of weird because it was really hard for me to just like step back, and I wanted to just do things and not feel like, everyone is doing everything for me and stuff like that. I wanted to be like, but as right now I realize, I'm enjoying being able to get sleep. I'm enjoying having help. I'm enjoying, like my daughter being able to spend time with her family, and I'm just enjoying it. I really am. But it was a major culture shock for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a really major culture shock. So I would be really curious to hear like um, your experience if you're raising kids in America or you're married to a Tanzanian. Was it the same for you, or you're married to somebody else who's in a different African country, and what was that experience? Or if you're an African mama yourself, and what experience have you had, with your in-laws and all of these things, or maybe what's your culture and the rules and stuff. There is something else that I want to talk to you guys about. I just don't want to add it into this live, so I'm going to exit out of this live and I'm going to come into another live. It's just a completely different topic, but I do want to speak to you guys about it. So I will see you guys in a second.